Okay, so I've come to make this video today. It is Tuesday the 29th at 4:18 p.m. And I am making this video now because later today I am going to join a call that I am almost 100% positive that is going to change my vision and my mindset and my drive for many things. So I have to make this video now before I feel like my entire life is gonna change after this. I'm so out of breath. Siento que estaba like, I don't know, I feel like I am just so high energy and I'm just on the go, and that's just how I feel right now. But let me just start by saying that I finally got my glasses in. These are a new pair. What do you think, chat? I love these. They are so stinking cute. I don't know how well they fit my face, but I like them. I've gotten compliments on them already and I've only worn them today, so I'm super stoked, ecstatic. And then I got a fun pair of glasses because I've always wanted to be a fun kind of girl, like funky glasses, but I couldn't quite commit to anything, so I got these. They're light pink. They're about as funky as I can get them as of right now. I think hopefully in a few months or so I can get a little more bold with my eyewear, so this is what it's gonna be for now. But these are stinking cute. I love these. And last but not least, I have caught myself like driving with sunglasses a lot, so I actually ended up getting a pair of sunglasses as well with my prescription built in. What do we think, chat? Oh my god, are you kidding me? These are so freaking cute. They're giving like rich bitch vibes. Like I'm so happy that I got these. And actually, I think these were the last frames of this style because I think they were discontinued. So yeah, I'm really happy that I got these, and I'm so excited. I'm happy that I finally got my glasses with my correct prescription because my eyesight did get worse, and yeah, I can see so much better, but I'm gonna keep them off for the sake of this video. Yeah, my eyesight did get worse, so I've been like struggling to see with my other glasses. I did leave my other glasses to also get the lenses put into those, and I do have another pair of eyewear glasses, but I don't think I want to change that those lenses on that frame because I honestly don't even like the frames that much that either. They used to fit me a lot better when my face was a lot chunkier, but I lost a ton of weight, so now they like look kind of funky on me. No me gustan, so I don't know that I'm gonna keep those. But let's just get to it. I went to Chick-fil-A and I got me a Dr. Pepper because I've been craving Dr. Pepper all day. Actually lately I've been craving like things like that, very like pan. Like I've been craving bread a lot, and like donuts, chocolate, like brownies. I've been craving chocolate chip cookies a lot. I don't really know what that means, but that's funny because I actually wrote that in my notes for today about how I've been craving for something new. And I'm usually not. I mean, when I had PCOS and when my PCOS was at its worst, I would always crave sweet stuff, especially stuff like that, like chocolate brownies, chocolate pieces, like anything chocolate. Like I was always craving it. And now that I feel like I'm at a spot where my PCOS is under control, I don't know why I've been craving like sweet stuff like that otra vez. So I don't know if like maybe I just need to like check my hormones or whatever and need to go to the doctor. Pero emotionally, I've just been craving new stuff. Like that's just what it is. I've just been craving new stuff. Like the other day se me antojaron unos gancitos, and like I'm not the kind of person to crave gancitos, like specifically gancitos. So I have bought myself some and they're bussin'. But let me just get back to it because as you can see, I do have a whole ass list of like things that I need to touch up on this video, mostly because like I said, I'm gonna hop on a call today that I know for sure is gonna change my life. And last night I watched Interstellar. Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey. And wow, I don't know why I was holding back so much on watching that particular film. That movie was beautifully directed. It was beautifully built, beautifully curated. And I realized that it's funny how that's exactly what I needed to watch right now. Because that movie talks a lot. Vidya, can you stop? Go. Stop. My baby. That movie talks a lot, or there's a lot of talk about time and time bending and time shifting and just a lot of different things. And surprisingly, the 5D and the 3D reality are spoken and touched upon in this film. It's funny how I watched it now, like todo su tiempo, right? It's funny how this had been on my list, like my to watch list, and it took me since almost Friday to start watching it, because I had started playing it, then I would watch like 5 minutes and then I'd be like, I'm bored. Then I would watch another 5 minutes like the next day, and then I would still be like, I'm bored. And last night, for whatever reason, I couldn't sleep, and I turned on the movie and I watched it. And that's where this list of notes started, because my mind was just going like 10,000 miles an hour, and I finally like understood that what I am creating, that what I am doing is timeline shifting. And that may be very hard to, like I said, I'm assuming that this video is going to be specifically for you, Erika. So I'm assuming that you've been going through a lot of experiences at the time that you watch this, where it's been very hard to connect with people about talking about timeline shifting and talking about spirituality more than anything, and how that fits into timeline shifting and quantum leaping. But this is exactly what I'm going through, is timeline shifting, quantum leaping. But before we do that, there's just so much that I've started to realize that I think I'm doing, but I'm actually not. So let's talk about it. Let's talk fear. I recently read a quote that said, authenticity is like a gunshot in a crowded room. Okay? Authenticity is like a gunshot in a crowded room. I don't know why that hit me so hard that I read that. Just the need to want to be authentic. Just like it screams and people run away from it. You hear a gunshot and you're out of public, like you're gonna run and no one's gonna want to come near you because gunshot, right? That's the same thing with authenticity. I've noticed that I am closing in on my circle, and I've spent a significant amount of time by myself recently, just because I feel like I cannot connect with other people. I've been having such a hard time connecting with people who are on my same vibrational level, who are on my same mindset, and who are going through the same experiences that I am. And the things that used to call my attention, I don't even care for them anymore. So then that led me to my next question, thinking about this kind of stuff, like I'm changing and, you know, I'm going through so much and I'm learning a lot about myself and I'm going through the emotions in the process. And that's something that sparked a question in my mind. Am I actually healing, or am I just busy and distracted? For me, it's been all work, no play since 2022, maybe even 2020. I have not had the chance to take a singular break for myself because I've always just been on the move and on the go. And I don't know why that has always been the case, but now I'm realizing that me always being on the go and me always wanting to be the next the next best self of me and looking for the next biggest adventure comes a lot from a person that I built based off of survival. Okay. A lot of people know the old me. They have this idea of who I am and who I was, who I can be, but a lot of that is built on a survival me. Not the real me, not the authentic me, not the me who I have always been underneath everything. only the survival me people know. And I'm no longer trying to be on survival mode anymore. And I'm stepping out of survival mode, which kind of makes sense why things started crumbling for me, because every idea and every vision and every step that I took towards my future was a step based on the need to survive. Whether that's emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, everything that I've believed in was on the need to survive. But let's be real. I have my fears, and I'm having such a hard time shifting into a new timeline and quantum leaping. And a while back, I kind of spoke about how I had to take this leap of faith to quantum leap, and I had to take this jump to meet my other me, my highest version of myself. And I met her. I did. I got to meet her, and the car that she drives, she let me drive it around, and I got to meet her her children. And it's crazy when I talk about that kind of stuff, because I know that that's me in another alternate timeline. But if I want to be to where she's at, this is I gotta take it back, because when I was younger, okay, so I have this fear. I don't even know how to like get to this, because like there's just like so much just cycles together of time. I've been having such a hard time taking this leap of faith of jumping into who I'm supposed to be and who I want to be. And I've been getting the message a lot recently from God himself, and from the universe and the higher spirit and source and my divine team, that I need to just be authentic and be more childlike. And I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it's like to be a child as an adult. Like, I don't know what that means. And I kept getting this message, and I wasn't sure how to interpret that message. But I started thinking about this alternate universe of mine where I met me and my kids, and I was able to drive my car, and different things like that. I started thinking about it, and I'm really scared to say this, because I know someone's gonna watch this and probably judge the fuck out of me, but this goes hand in hand with what I'm talking about. Okay, when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna remember this, but when I was younger, I would always get asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? What's your dream life? What do you want to be when you grow up? And somewhere along the lines, I would always say something about being a housewife or a trophy wife. I always wanted to be that. I always wanted to be a trophy wife. I always wanted to be like a stay-at-home mom. Like, I always wanted to be living a luxurious life where I didn't have to worry about bills, and I don't have to worry about like taking the day off to go to doctor's appointments, or I didn't have to worry about taking time off to go to my kids' plays and stuff like that. Like, I just wanted to be a true mom and housewife. Like, that's always what I wanted. But when I would tell people that that was my dream, I would always get judged, and I would always be like looked down upon. Very like, why are you being so traditional? And then I got pushed to, you should want to work for yourself, and you should want to make your own money. Like, why are you trying to rely on a man to do all this for you? Yada, 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 yada. And then that's when I started thinking about, maybe I should go to school. Maybe I should go to college and stuff, which is not a bad thing. I mean, to each woman their own power, right? They want to go to school and they want to build their own empire by themselves. More power to you. I'm not going to stop you. But when I started doing that for myself, I was never comfortable doing that, because I knew that that wasn't something that I wanted. I never wanted to build an empire by myself. Never. But there was something I went through, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what could have happened, because I don't remember anything, but there was something, a pivotal event in my life that took my spark. And I'm having to dare to believe, whiskers, I'm having to dare to believe in that spark again. And that spark might be, what do you want to be? I want to be a trophy wife. There's this new order and this new, like, I don't know, like, new ideas and modern times are coming up where we're reverting back to like trad wife ideas and principles. And I think me in the past would have really been absolutely mortified to think that I wanted to be a housewife, but the reality is that I only wanted to do that because that's what I was always taught that was wrong. Like I only ever wanted to go to school because I had to make my own money. And I only ever wanted to become a therapist because that's the only way I was going to make money. And even in trading, when I started trading a little less than a year ago, back in June 2024, it initiated from the need to survive. That's where that dream sparked up. And recently I've noticed that my trading journey has changed, has been altered a lot. Because I still love trading and I love what I've learned from it. But I'm no longer doing trading as a form to make it out of the trenches. Like, I'm doing trading as a form of therapy for me. Like, I'm no longer looking to constantly make a profit or to be a profitable trader, which honestly would be a good thing. It's kind of what every trader wants to do, but not for the need to survive, if not for the need of being disciplined, if that makes sense. I have a lot of fears. I have a fear of commitment. I have a fear of being stagnant. I have a fear of being wrong. I have a fear of not being in control. I have a fear of not achieving what I set myself to achieve and not reaching my goals. Or I have a fear of dreaming too high, like aiming too high and land, like, I don't know. I have this fear of failing. And I always thought that my fear of abandonment was going to hold me back from a lot of things. But the reality is that it's not the fear of abandonment that I have. It's the fear of not being enough, which would lead to me being abandoned. And I always thought that I was never enough because everybody always left me. But no. I associated that with the fear of abandonment, but no, it's not abandonment. It's the fear of not being enough. And only I can validate what enough is. And for a whole lot of years, I sought exterior validation. That's the truth, is that I have such a fear of being wrong and not being enough. And I know that that's the reason why I'm having such a hard time taking that leap of faith into a new quantum reality that I'm creating. And it's more so because not the fear of being wrong, but the fear of being right. Because everything that I am living now is so comfortable to me. And it's a space that I've created out of the need to survive. It's a space that I created out of safety. But that doesn't exist anymore. I have to let go. And I knew I had to let go, but I wasn't letting go because I wasn't letting myself mourn and grieve a life that I knew for myself. I'm having to grieve different dreams that I have of my own. I had to grieve visions and ideas and people and places. For example, my dream car. God, I would have loved to have that dream car, but I know that there's bigger for me. So I'm letting go of the idea of ever having that car because I know that there might be another one for me. Same thing with my house. I was planning on building a house at the beginning of this year and everything seemed to be really promising, but for one reason or another things crumbled and now I'm not building a house, so I don't have a house. And maybe it's because I was meant for something bigger, a bigger house. And my friends, there's a lot of friends who I wish them well, but I cannot continue to be friends with them because they're only stuck in one thing and they don't have the same vision that I have for what I want, and we won't ever see eye to eye with each other if I continue to have different ideals than they do. So having to silently say goodbye to them. And I think through all of this I'm learning that maybe I haven't even failed because I haven't even tried. Failure is just fear and failure are the biggest diseases and illnesses known to mankind because they are what's stopping us from moving forward. Fear and failure. And the fear of failure is even worse because I don't even try. I haven't even tried, and that's where I'm failing, is that I haven't even tried. But needless to say, this whole time I thought I had a divine counterpart and might be a divine counterpart. But nonetheless, this was a divine catalyst that I was using to move forward within myself. It was a divine being that was sent to me by my spirit team to move forward into this direction that I'm going. The person that I used to be did not fight hard for my survival, for me to just get better and view that person as weak or embarrassing. I have a lot of traumas, a lot of fears, a lot of hurt that I never felt because I was afraid of how much better I could be if I felt it and healed through it. So now I'm in this space of rest versus action, of doing too much and not doing enough. And that's okay to be at this space. Moving forward, so much is changing, and now more than ever, I trust divine timing. I trust in God that He is going to put me in spaces where I'm meant to be at, and that He is going to bless me with what I am already created. My life is about to change drastically. I can't explain it. I can't explain the feeling, and I can't explain why or how. But I just know my life is about to change drastically for the better for me, and I'm scared of how good it's going to be because it has never been that good for me. But it will be. I just need to learn how to grieve